So have you ever wondered if the Synology DS423 Plus is the right NAS for you? Stick around and find out, because in this video I will be unboxing, reviewing and setting this up for the very first time myself. This is actually my own very first NAS also. So all the experience in this video are gonna be my first hand experience and my review of the Synology DS423 Plus. So come along with me on this journey as we dive deep into the world of the Synology DS423 Plus, reviewing its specs, its features, and showing you why it might be the right NAS for you, or maybe not. So what we'll cover in this video are pretty much simple. We'll talk about the specs and the features, we unbox, we set it up, and then I'll do some personal walkthrough of how I get this going on my personal setup. So I've prepped some few things just in advance for today's video. I have with me a Toshiba 22 terabyte hard drive, which arguably should be able to actually work because they said this supports up to 16 terabytes per bay, but I can bet it supports 20 terabytes because I try to go out of the ordinary to get my things working, because this is really what I need, not a 16 terabytes times 4. And this right here supports SSD caching. You can now use the SSD slots also as part of your storage pool, which I think is pretty nice. So a bit of a history here. Synology has been a leader in NAS technology for years, so this DS423 Plus continues this legacy with its features for home and professional uses. So the context here is, if you're looking for private cloud, if you try to do content storage, for someone like me, the main reason I actually got this was because my original hard drive, which is 14 terabyte, only has about 1 terabyte of space left, and I plan for the future. So I was like, if I could use up about 14 terabytes in 4 years, for the next couple of years I'll probably need about 20-ish terabytes, and maybe some 30 more here and there as I grow. So I need something that can grow with my current setup. So that is why I went for this 4 NAS with SSD caching. And the fact that I also move around quite a while now means that I need to access my files on the go. And the fact that also my Google Drive 2 terabytes is getting filled up, also OneDrive is getting filled up, means I need my own personal storage. So that's a bit of a background on why I decided to go for this unit right here. And let's actually dive right in and stop all the talk. Right around the box, if you try to unbox it, you see general information about the DS423 Plus, supports NVMe caching, data protection by BTRFS, advanced protection solutions, file sync, and pretty much all around the box is pretty basic in terms of what you get. Compatible drives, 4 2.5 inches or 3.5 inches SATA, 2 M2 2280 NVMe SSDs, attached to external ports, USB 3.2 Gen 1, two 1 gigabit Ethernet RJ45, 166 millimeters height, 199 width, 223 depth, 2.18 kg, and has a warranty of 3 years. So the package content itself, you have the DS423 Plus main unit, AC power adapter, power cord, accessories pack, a quick installation guide, and two RJ45 LAN cables. That's pretty much all you get in the packaging. So let's open this up and see if that is really the case. I'm just gonna get my order portal out of the way here. So the first box we meet contains the power cable. All right. And then up next we have two RJ45 cables, and we have the power brick. I'm just gonna unwrap the power cable. And this is the quick start guide. So I think that is the, oh, we have some screws. If you're connecting 2.5-inch drives, this is the screw you're gonna be using, I'm thinking. So let's get this box out of the way. And Okay, this is not a box containing anything. Let's get that out of the way and carefully lift this up, nothing more below, so I can get this box also out of the way. So this is the unit itself, and given that that was the ship, so I'm gonna unstrap it this way. I don't want to mess that packaging up, that's why I'm opening up a little bit carefully, just in case I need to put it back or use the casing for something else. Okay, that's out of being careful. All right, so this is what we get. We get 4 bays of 3.5-inch drives, and then we get the status lights. We get USB connection for external drives, USB pen drives, the power button, and then we have Synology on the side, and at the back you have two 1 Gigabit Ethernet, one USB 3.0 at the back, and then the power adapter, and then you got the fans, and then the lock, and then below here you have your NVMe slots. All right, good to go for that bit. Oh, also I have an NVMe 500 gigabytes I will actually be using for the purpose of this. Let me grab that. Okay, I got the drive now. All right, so let's get this powered up, boot it up, and set it up. The power cable is pretty short because it's connected to a brick. Fair enough. So I'll be connecting this. Well, it's gonna look like a wired connection, but it's actually a wireless connection because I have the TP-Link Deco home router system, mesh Wi-Fi system in my house, and that is what I'll be using. But when I'm done setting this up, I'm gonna actually be connecting this via direct LAN to my main computer. All right, got power connected now, and we'll get the LAN connected. The RG45. So I'm just gonna use one of the spots back here, and that should be all connected up. And I'm just gonna go through the quick installation guide to see if I might have missed anything before I power it on. Okay, install my drives. All right, okay. I think I'm gonna need a screwdriver to access this part. Just as easy as doing this. If you need to access all of the bays, but I only need one bay for today, so I would be getting my drive, pulling this out, and do I need to do anything here? Okay, pop this out this way from the sides, and then install the drive in, I believe this way. Yes, this way definitely. And then attach the side rails again. Secure the drive in place. Okay, drive secured in place, looking good. And yeah, secured in place. I'm gonna slot that back in, and that's in. I'm gonna put in my M2 SSD. That's optional, of course. If you don't have one, that is also fine. Where do I put that? Below here. So I'm gonna use slot 1 for this. So slot 1. That's the love. Did I turn up this? No, I do not. And that is all secured and installed. Cool. So let's get this baby powered up now. So I'm just gonna lock that in place so I don't accidentally remove it. And we'll power on. And then for this part, I'll be using my MacBook. So I'm just gonna get that ready. Yeah, it's a pretty old MacBook, I know. But I'm just gonna power that on. And the blue light is blinking down here. It means it's getting ready. So I'm gonna power up my MacBook. And complete the setup on the computer. I can hear some sound, which is kind of good. And I hear a sound. Alright, so what I'll do next is I'm gonna open up my browser here, and it asks me to go to find.synology.com. So that opens up the Synology Web Assist. It's not even detecting that it's on my home network. Okay, it's found it on my home network. Cool. High priority, yes. So it's on 192.168.68.94. I'm gonna give that a call on 5000. Okay, cool. Accessing through direct IP on my home network, kind of found it. So now I'm gonna start the installation process of the DS423 Plus. Automatically download, yeah, all that yada, all the tab be deleted. I understand that part. So it's now installing the DSM 7.2, I believe, and that's at 8%. It's gonna take a couple of moments to finish up. So all we have to do is wait. So while we actually wait, let's talk about some of the features of this NAS system. It's a 4-bay NAS, supports 4 drives and 2 NVMe2 slots, and also you can configure your drives in multiple RAID configurations: RAID 0, RAID 1, RAID 6, RAID 10, BTRFS support for securing your files, taking snapshots, backups, and pretty much anyone. I think the most useful use case for me is the fact that I can use this now as my personal home cloud for storage, backup, sharing videos and files with my friends and family. Most definitely my family. So in terms of pricing, this unit comes in at about £450 at the time of recording this video. But yeah, it's 4-bay. The other ones, there's the 423, which is not as pricey. There's the 2-bay ones, 6-bay, 9-bay ones. That is not the option for me. I think the 4-bay is just the right spot for me in terms of expanding my home cloud storage devices, and that is what I've gone for in this scenario. So we just have to wait for about 10 minutes now for this to get ready, really. And we're a sound. That sound problem means something good is happening. So that sound meant that installation is completed and it's launching the inbuilt packages at the moment now, and it should be ready in a couple of moments. Okay, so before I actually start doing the setup, if you've enjoyed it so far and you don't want to watch anymore, you're good to stop now. I think this is gonna be the boring part of this video, but I think if you're looking for something, especially if you're a content creator and you know that your file sizes are gonna grow in the future and you want to do an upfront investment, I think this might actually be the right choice for you. I got 20 terabytes installed now, and I'm gonna see if it really works or if I should really have gone for this recommended 16 terabytes. So let's go for it. So give it a name. I'm gonna call it GWL Synas. So for the admin account, it's gonna be me, of course. Password, I'm gonna generate a pretty strong one. I think I might like this because I need support. I'm gonna generate a pretty strong password. Generate me a password. Use that password, autofill. Yep. And I'm just gonna copy that just in case I need to reuse it. Okay. And paste and paste. So that is me. And with that setup, I want to install automatic updates automatically. Yeah, I don't mind. Secure sign in. Yep, I want to do that. I have a Synology account already anyway, so I can use that to log in. So my account is oops, no account on that. Okay, no problem, no problem. I'm gonna create a new one. Not a worry. I'm just gonna use my Google account for this, really. I don't wanna stress out. Use my Google account for this. And quick connect ID is gonna be this. Definitely not that long name. And once that is ready, cool. I'm gonna put this in a clipboard somewhere. Active inside, as long as it's not a paid app. Diagnosis, yeah, whatever. Just get all the default needed stuff done. So I think while that loads, let me actually download the Synology drive for my Mac computer. Download client for Mac OS, download the disk image. That is downloading, awesome. I'm gonna do that also for Windows, but that will be outside of the context of this video and set all other things up. That is still setting up. Okay, drive is done downloading. I'm just gonna install that as this goes on. Just to save a little bit of time, you know. And I think that install is pretty much done. It's now connecting. That's cool. We can come back to this install later, but I think it's pretty much done. So I can move that installer to the bin. What I initialize this, and my name is this. Okay. And then the password was the one I used the other time. So let me grab that password, copy the password, and slam it on here. And that should get me in. Awesome. So I can now install all the apps, Drive, Synology Office. Now let's go ahead and install that now. I extended warranty plus blah 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 blah. Whatever, register that now. I'll finish that up later. Two-factor. Although it's recommended, I can do this later. Okay, now let's go ahead and create a storage pool, and then we'll just wrap up this video there. Every other thing, you can go through the guides and many of the videos on the internet are available to do that. So let's go start. RAID type, I'm gonna be using basic. Yeah, I have one drive. You can see you can configure multiple kind of RAIDs types. So I'm gonna be using basic, and I'm gonna call this I'm gonna call that alpha B actually. Alpha pool. And then I see it's showing up as 20 terabytes. It does not meet the minimum, meet the drive requirements. Whatever. So that's the NVMe one, not a problem. We'll sort that out later on. Yep, I know you're gonna. It's not the compatibilities. Whatever. I'm just gonna ignore that. Skip drive check. 20 terabytes. Volume description. I'm just gonna call this alpha drive. So I can also create partitions if I wanted to, but I'm gonna ignore that also for now. Oh, so I have to put something here, no problem. So I'm gonna put 204. Oh, there's a max here. Next, BTRFS, that's what I want. I don't want to encrypt the volume quite yet because I don't know what's there for me. And apply. Let's get that rolling. So I can see some stats down here. Health of the system, CPU, RAM, looking good. Can I pin that somewhere here so I can always see that? I don't want to do a quick tour. Thank you. I think I should be able to survive by myself. So M2 drive has not been initialized, which is okay. I'll sort that out later on. Manage available drives. I can change my RAID type. I can assign an auth pair if I wanted to. I can create an SSD cache. That is what I wanted to do. Next, basic, and I'll be using my SSD for that caching system. Yes, I can clear you up. So that's for my SSD caching now. I've gone through the basic initial setup on how I set this up with the shares and stuff, but I couldn't go through everything because, of course, I don't want to waste your time seeing me walk through failures because I'm not an expert at this. This is my very first time of setting this up. But what I'm going to do is once I master this a little bit to an extent, I'm going to do specific videos for different user scenarios, for content creators, for developers, for social media rouses, and show you especially how I use this day to day in my flow as a content creator, as a DevOps engineer, as a father, as a husband, different scenarios of using the Synology NAS DS423 Plus, and share in that one. So if you enjoyed the video so far, remember, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family. And I think if you like the video so far, you're gonna love this one and this playlist. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in those videos. Bye bye.